Hello, my name is Andrew Collins and I'm a telly addict. Well, we're entering a new era of television, and I don't mean one where there's no more Shameless. I doubt anyone will notice. I mean this.
Excuse me?
Hello?
Dad! Oh my God. Oh, there is kind of a girl here. Didn't say it was your cousin.
No, right?
Michael.
Joe.
Lindsay.
George Michael?
Lucille. Tobias Funke.
George? Maybe.
Buster.
Yes, it's the much chatted about return of Arrested Development, a surreal American family sitcom about incest and downsizing, cancelled by Fox in 2005 after 3 seasons due to nobody watching it. But now it's back for a 4th season, except it's being made by what would have once been your local video shop, and all 15 episodes are available like now.
I really love you, Tobias.
Oh, Lindsay, we've got to get you to that acting class.
Hey, I just want my son to have a job where his incompetence won't be out of place.
Well, that's not a great sign.
Vulture hovering over the future of traditional television delivery orthodoxy there. But don't be alarmed. That Netflix should be funding original content, it started with House of Cards, simply means that a show Fox can't afford to make can still be made, which is an arresting development.
This is the sign I've been waiting for.
As for the show itself, well, it was always Marmite that either enchanted or enraged with its wacky tone, arch humour and constant sing-song narration. I was an overnight fan and welcomed its return with bunting. I'm only 2 episodes in and I can see why some hardcore fans were underwhelmed.
I bet it's been a long time since you've seen your... Sherry.
I have lupus.
But surely it's better to have the whole glittering cast back and an episode for each character that builds into a cumulative narrative jigsaw, and it not be quite the same as it used to be than not. I was accused by one moaning Mini last week of plugging Sky Atlantic, when in fact all I'd done was acknowledge its existence. Well, this week I guess you could say I'm plugging Netflix, as it's the only place you can see Arrested Development, but you don't have to watch it. So, this is what a brave new world feels like. Frustrating, actually, as I can't for the life of me get the sound to work when I connect my laptop to the telly. Hopefully I'll sort it out before Breaking Bad returns, as it's the only place you can see that outside of America too, and you do have to watch that. So let's put the future behind us with some old-fashioned telly that just comes out of the telly.
It hasn't stopped raining.
A sodden buzzard. What a way to start Spring Watch.
Jump for joy, it's the welcome return of Spring Watch to BBC Two, which seems to come round almost annually. And nothing's changed. Nature, red in tooth and claw, presenters in a minimum of 3 waterproofs and cams secreted in assorted nest boxes. It's everything the badger cull isn't. There's only one problem. Chris Packham. An infectious enthusiast for all of God's flora and fauna, he was sexing up science when Brian Cox was still serenading New Labour. But he has a condition, and it's just as infectious as bovine TB. He can't stop slipping song titles into his links.
I've got to tell you, it's been raining here all day, and about 2 o'clock I thought to myself, should I stay or should I go?
In previous programmes he's done The Smiths, The Manics, The Cure, and this season it's The Clash. Oh, an easy one to start us fellow music nerds off in the first show, but I was more skittish than a fledgling great tit for the remaining hour trying to catch the rest.
It's Hitsville, UK out there when it comes to wildlife.
Hitsville, UK from side 1 of Sandinista. Yes, side 1 is what Chris would have wanted. Got that?
You just can't deny it.
I can't lie, I missed that one. Deny from side 1 of The Clash. It's one word. How are we supposed to concentrate on the nature if he's doing one-word titles?
It's all bugged, it's all under remote control. For me, it's the call-up. And I'm not sure whether there are any career opportunities for me at the Met Centre.
Remote control, the call-up, career opportunities. I should point out that I'm not one of those tragic sociopaths who has their phone on when they're watching telly, so A, I wasn't checking Wikipedia, and B, I wasn't playing the game with fellow swats on Twitter, which is why I only got 6 in show 1. It turns out there were 9.
But what's the purpose of it? Well, it's to carry a bioactive chemical. This is drug stabbing time for snails.
Ah, drug stabbing time, 2nd album. By Wednesday, I was unable to watch Spring Watch anymore. I hope those baby jackdaws are okay, and that Monty the Osprey found a mate. By the end of it, that joke wasn't funny anymore.
Look, we'll come to a mutual decision over where we go. We'll flip a coin or something.
Oh, good idea, Chris,
We
yeah.
could draw straws.
Yeah, we'll do that, yeah.
Or we could play rock, paper, scissors.
Hang on, CBBC? Why would I be watching children's BBC? Oh yeah, because one of the programmes on CBBC is for adults.
It's time for brand new Horrible Histories.
Terrible Tudors, gorgeous Georgians, slimy Stuarts, far Victorian, woeful wars, ferocious fights, stingy castles, daring knights, horrors that defy description, cutthroat council, bull Egyptian, vicious Vikings, cruel crimes.
Horrible Histories has long been kids' television's worst kept secret. I blame the mums and dads who work in the media. This is Series 5 of the live-action incarnation of Terry Deary's popular books, and it's already on cracking edutainmental form, with its fine repertory of actors you've seen in other things but can't quite put a name to.
Horrible histories.
Like Springwatch, or The News, or Arrested Development, if you've got Netflix, it's on every day. So it's impossible to keep up, especially with such sparkling dual-purpose energy on display. It's something of a commonplace to say it, but I wish they'd taught me history. I might have got more than a U at O-level.
I'm the senior physician to the king, and I can confirm it's a well-known scientific fact. Bathing relaxes the muscles, and it makes you dizzy, and that is how you catch the plague.
No, it isn't. That's nonsense.
If you haven't seen it, they chop up history and restage it in contemporary argot, often within recognisable TV formats, with little signs underlining the actual learning. Oh, and there are a lot of poo jokes for the pesky kids.
Goodness, that's human. Right, seriously. Who's been dumping in the chimney place?
It certainly wasn't me. I used that corner.
Oh, that's rank. At least I used the coal house.
But the crowning glory of each week's string of hit and miss, but mostly hit sketches, has always been the parody song by Richie Webb, where all pretense towards being aimed at the under-35s goes out of the window.
I lived a happy life till I was 10 years old, when death landed Dad in prison and our country house was sold. Lodged with a lady in her London flat so cold, worked at a boot polish factory, labelling jars quite dull all told.
This pitch-perfect Smiths number from Wednesday's episode, exquisitely sung by Matthew Bainton, is a case in point. It almost eclipsed this inspired soul workout sung by Rosa Parks in episode 1.
I'm Rosa Parks, my story marks the first step towards civil rights. Racial inequality, American policy, till I kicked off a fight. What act of mine led havoc to ensue? How come I caused such buzz? What shocking behavior did I do? Well, I sat on a bus. You sat on a bus. I sat on a bus. You sat on a bus.
Look them up on YouTube. Honestly, Rosa Parks jokes, they're like segregated buses. You wait for one, and then two turn up in the same week.
Hello. I'm here for my appointment.
Your name, please?
Rosa Parks.
Okay, great. Please take a seat.
More sketches that transpose historical figures into a modern setting from deep inside the bag of the Playhouse Presents Talent Hoover on Sky Arts. This is a full 5-part series of Jeremy Dyson's Psycho Bitches, which piloted last year. Though its therapeutic framework may be a little advanced for the under-12s, it's not unlike Horrible Histories in that it requires a bit of homework. Open your copies of The Bell Jar and The Best of Pam Ayres at page 5.
A pig hung in the darkness. A pig hung in the darkness. In the darkness. In the darkness. In the darkness. And fear comes in strums. A lullaby of nothing. A pig strung in the darkness till it dies. Oh, fuck!
Julia Davis as Sylvia Plath stroke Pam Ayres, leading from the front there with a dazzling cavalcade of lady talent behind them. Katie Brand, Samantha Spiro, Frances Barber, Sharon Horgan, and Mark Gatiss in a wig. Up the women, you might proclaim. I can't finish without marking another paradigm shift in TV. A major US drama import not showing on Sky Atlantic, or Sky One, or Fox, or Netflix, or even More 4, but ITV.
Why is everyone so punctual in this business?
The Americans airs on cable channel FX in America, but all you need to enjoy it here is a tea chest and a wire coat hanger. Created by Joe Weisberg, who used to be in the CIA, it's about 2 KGB agents posing as a nice, normal suburban couple living in a house of un-American activities in Reagan-era Washington.
I don't think you understand how unpopular you are. I could deliver you in 100 pieces. They give me a separate medal for each one.
It started as it meant to go on, with the action-packed kidnapping of a Russian defector by our all-American traitors, Phil and Liz, or Misha and Nedazda, as the commies back home once knew them, all playing out to the Western imperialist rhythms of Fleetwood Mac's Tusk.
You're the right to remain silent! Anything you say to will go out! I don't want to use the case for law!
They're soon having post-espionage marital relations in the back of a car, to a big 80s hit by a singer who once threatened to defect if a socialist government were voted in. The Americans isn't all early 80s nostalgia, although after the thoroughly modern Homeland, whose vacuum it seems clearly designed to fill, there is something alluringly analogue about Cold War paranoia ramping itself up without the internet or mobiles or iris recognition.
The American people have elected a madman as their president. He's expanding their military forces on a massive scale. He's against nuclear arms control agreements. He makes no secret of his desire to destroy us.
I love 1981. Like Homeland, The Americans stars an American woman and a British man, Kerry Russell and Cardiff's own Matthew Rhys. There are many theories as to why British actors are such hot property in the States, one of which is their theatre training. But look at Rhys here, a Russian hell-bent on the overthrow of America, having to sing the Star-Spangled Banner at his son's school. This is pure screen acting. I was always a fan of Rhys in the long-running Schmaltz Parade, Brothers and Sisters, but this is another step up. Let's hope Weisberg can maintain the chewy momentum over these first 13 episodes. It's off to a cracking start. Now, if you'll excuse me, Inspector, I have 6.5 more hours of Arrested Development to get through down at Blockbuster. To end, though, here's a highlight, among many, from BBC Two's Bowie documentary 5 Years, which seems like ancient history, as it was on before the bank holiday. But David Bowie never gets old.
I think what we might do is end with a bit of music, because I gather that at your end you have some music with you. The song is called The Shape of Things to Come, and David Bowie... No, of course it isn't. We're having a preview of The Shape of Things to Come. The song is called Golden Tears. Mr. David Bowie, we'll come back to you after we've seen the song.
You did get it wrong.
I did get it wrong.
Years.
Years.